Morning, all you happy people. It is Tuesday, October 28th, 2025. Ladies and gentlemen, we are several weeks now into a government shutdown in which was perpetrated by the Democratic Party, who as always really wants pet projects in their budgets. And really and truly, guys, that's how we ended up with Elon Musk finding, what was it, like $2 billion in waste and insane expenditures of money to just some of the most insane pet projects that got thrown into budgets and spending bills and bills. I mean, any bill that would go across a congressman's desk would end up with an extra piece of paper in it that would, be a pet project, and it's called pork. And as always, these Democrats are trying to, push through this pork onto this, what appears, I've not read 100% of the bill, but this budget is very clean. It's actually no tax increases, and is actually, like what I'm seeing is, the spending is greatly reduced over previous years. But and you got to be realistic about it. In previous years, we've never really done a budget in so long. People don't even know what a budget is, at least not in the Congress sense of the word. Their home finances and everyday dealings and wheelings is, they've got a budget and, know how much they can spend. But, Congress seems to think, we got a blank check. Let's just throw it at everything that, has a handout. And here's the deal, guys, is these Democrat politicians or congresspersons are literally going in front of news agencies and talking heads and specifically saying, you can look it up anywhere on YouTube or any of your social media platforms, other than maybe MSNBC or any of them left wingers, because they're gonna try to, they're gonna spin it, but they're kind of proud of this, so it's probably going to show up there. That they're going in front of these talking heads saying that they are proud of this shutdown and they are fully prepared to take this shutdown all the way through Thanksgiving. Now, but they're also tacking on to that, and they're saying the 1-2 punch is they're proud that they're going to be, taking it to Thanksgiving. But the number 2 punch is they're saying, well, we need the people to be hurting in order for us to leverage what we want to go in this bill. The public and the citizenship of America, our pain gives them power. Do y'all hear what I'm saying? And what they are saying, I'm just parroting it, guys. Our pain gives them power. Now, guys, y'all could take that phrase as a puzzle piece. And guys, y'all can literally take that phrase and look at everything that's been happening via the Democratic Party. And unfortunately, that puzzle piece now connects everything. Our pain, it's not that they're working for us or anything else like that. They're literally causing us pain. And then if they get their way, then they take they take the pain away. So literally, oh, see, we did it. Oh, yay. We got y'all this, that, and the other. But literally, we didn't have this, that, and the other because you needed us to be hurting and rallying and so forth and so forth. But let's go ahead and take this as to why they're specifically saying they are fully prepared to take this to Thanksgiving. What happens in 4 days, guys? What happens November 1st? Food stamps, SNAP, WIC, all that stuff is going to, that normally would drop and people would get their money, is not going to happen. It's already becoming a social media thing that people are who are on these programs are already crying about the fact that they're not going to get their money or their benefits. And they are threatening, literally threatening, guys, to go into stores and loot food and stuff. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, we've already got grocery stores, pharmacies, and stuff like that pulling out of neighborhoods, causing food deserts, as the Democrats like to call it, because of shoplifting. You know, a store can only write off a certain amount of loss before it is actually, it starts affecting the bottom line. They can typically, mark up products to compensate for that, for a reasonable amount of loss. But when the loss becomes excessive and it is systematic and it actually happens reoccurring every day, it can't be sustained, guys. So what's happening, guys? What happens November 27th, next month, when Thanksgiving happens, and you've got all these people on these welfare benefits that did not get their welfare benefits? And you think they're going to cry on November 1st because they didn't get their benefits. Wait till Thanksgiving gets closer. Thanksgiving is built around food, guys. A meal. They are literally weaponizing hunger. Because if you're not suffering, they don't have leverage to get what they want. And literally, guys, I'm telling you this. What they want does not benefit Americans. The people, the citizenry of this country, these pet projects that they're wanting have absolutely no relativity to American citizens. They're crying and they're weaponizing hunger so illegal aliens can have social benefits to the tune of $2+ billion is what they're adding to this budget to do this. Our taxpayer dime. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, I don't know if you've ever talked to a nurse or have family members who are in the medical fields and stuff like that, especially hospital workers, even more specifically ER workers, guys. If you had somebody in your family who was an ER worker, every day they would come home and tell you that their ability is stretched thin because of illegal aliens coming in they have no insurance or no real insurance, and they're using our emergency rooms like a doctor's office. They're using our emergency rooms like a PCP, primary care physician, guys. And what happens with that? They sit there all day long. They have nothing else better to do. They got 6 kids. And they're just sitting there all day long, taking up seats in the waiting room, waiting for a doctor or nurse practitioner to come see their kids because they got an earache. Meanwhile, you're going into the ER, appendicitis, colon cancer, stuff like that, and you're like sitting in the emergency room, literally suffering and in pain, and in some cases nearly bleeding out, and you've got to wait because this illegal alien here and their 6 kids have an earache. I don't know if you've been to an ER lately. They're not very big wings of the emergency room. The ones that I've been to, they may seat 30, 40 people at a time. That's in the waiting room, comfortably. But, given, it comes in waves, I'm sure, they could be standing room only at sometimes. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, we as Americans pay for our social programs. We pay for our insurance. We pay for that all in our taxes. We are legally tax-paying citizens. We have legal documentation. We have social security cards that are legal, that we get basically at time of birth. And we need to make America first. And I guarantee you, those people who are, at least the people protesting in the streets for this stuff, have no dog in the show, guys. They have probably never been to an ER. They've probably never. Well, they've probably been to a DMV, probably, but they don't associate those things for what they are, guys. America needs to be America first. Does that mean we can't help other countries? No. But guys, we have been so benevolent to the world that we've got veterans sleeping in cardboard boxes under bridges. We've got senior citizens literally sitting in squalor because they can't get into a home. We've got homeless that is running rampant in our cities. We need to help our citizens first. They need to be at the front of the line. Can they still be in line? Yeah, they can still be in line. But they need to be at the back of the line. Let's roll.